Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Good morning. Hey guys, it's Adam here. On today's adventure, where are we going? We're going somewhere exciting, exotic, Europe, Asia? No, Phoenix, Arizona. I've been invited to a convention called GameOn. I actually took you guys there a couple of years ago. It's a really cool convention. They were awesome enough to bring me out as a guest. But first, we got to get our ticket and get on the plane. In order to best do that, you guys know the routine. There's the clear lane. Let's hit it up. All right, through security, no problems, but it did take a while. I guess there's some sort of government shutdown affecting TSA specifically going on right now. Whatever. Anyway, so now I'm gonna head over to the club lounge and kill some time. Right, I'm officially in Phoenix. Actually, some of the dudes from the con were on the flight. They're finding their own way over to the convention center. I have a little time to kill because a buddy of mine, someone you guys know, is coming to pick me up. So I'm hungry. Guess what's right here? The United Club. Let's check this one out because have I ever been to the Phoenix one? I don't know. Okay, yeah, I have been in this one because it's the one that had the gelato machine. I remember this now. All right, they had a nice meal in there. B-roll, of course. But there was like this really good like lemon torte. It was awesome. However, the best thing, there was a slice of key lime pie. Not something Phoenix is known for, but man, that was good. And yeah, happiness. All right, I am downtown in Phoenix. I'm gonna head into the convention center in a second. Look who's with me. Shocker. You guys haven't seen him in a couple months. With the delay release on these videos. Anyway, thanks for coming out to Phoenix. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna go to GameOn now. Okay, well that didn't work out too well. We were at the wrong line. We have to go find the right line because that's the line for the normal people. And ironically, because I'm in the guest line, I'm in the inconvenienced area. How do you feel about that?
Get to sweat even more.
Oh God, it's 31 Celsius right now. I left when it was snowing this morning. Okay, in Chicago. All right, so we don't have our guest badges. We have our temporary badges to get us our guest badges. It's convoluted. So there was a guest badge pickup area, but it closed before we could physically get here because most people picked it up yesterday, but this was the earliest I could get in, so whatever. Anyway, so they gave us a temporary badge to allow us into the building to go to where our badges are. Okay. So there's like just people doing bike tricks. Now, my buddy John Lester, Games31, runs this convention. And I don't know if this is people doing their own thing because they know there's a bunch of people around, or if John was cool enough to hire entertainment to just sit outside and ride bikes around. But I wouldn't put it past him. All right, we are inside the convention center. My booth is set up here. Sunshine's holding down the fort. We've got prototypes and so on and so forth. And yeah, you can see some of my boys. There's Pat. Oh, there's Tim again. Hi, Tim. Hey. We saw each other on the flight. Yeah, we saw each other on the flight. I didn't bother bringing it up. But anyway, yeah, we'll do more exploring. We're still working on our badge situation, but yeah, so far so good. There's a lot of familiar faces here. Man, so I've been swarmed. Like, as soon as I sit down, people keep coming up talking to me. It's like a mixture of things. People are talking about the Pluto, people are talking about me, they're talking about the Jaguar Dental. Some people are actually talking about this Genesis game I'll show it to you. I'm getting a lot of my jersey though, because 4 touchdowns on a single game. So I'm finally up a second here. I need to go to the break room and grab a bottle of water. I have 2 bottles of water, 1 for Sunshine. I should have mentioned we also resolved the badge thing. I now have 2 badges. So we just wrapped up the panel. Everybody just left. I swear there were people here. It was pretty good.
There was more than one.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of people here. We were pretty happy about that. It went really well. We went way over time, but nobody ever came to stop us. So we're like, all right, we'll just stop when we feel like stopping. All right, the time has come. We are going to start looking for games. Any particular objectives? Nah, the usual junk. But we like our junk. So over here, my boy Sarumaru, who you might remember from a video a couple of years ago in Vegas, along with John Riggs back there. He's making a new game. Right, this one, right?
And a certain someone is in this game. Who is in this game, Adam?
John Riggs is in this game. Well, he is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I'm in this game, too.
I guess.
I've heard you in this game.
I haven't heard me in this game. I heard the video clip.
Oh, there you go.
I haven't actually played it yet. I'll do that, too. Soon. When this game comes out on this system, and it better, then you can get it.
In time.
Eventually. All right.
well, that'll be a conversation for another time.
All right, perfect. I'm looking forward to it. Everybody out there, go buy this game to support this man because we're in it and we're egomaniacs.
Absolutely.
We're back outside. There's live music for the con. Gotta admit, that's kind of cool putting that outside. So we're kind of over for the day. We're gonna go get food. We're gonna try something a little unique from my understanding. And I don't think I've ever had it before, but I guess we'll find out. Food time. We are at a place called the Fry Bread House. Apparently this is a big Native American thing, which I think is kind of cool. And yeah, and Phoenix is not really known for anything else other than being Chicago South. There's Illuminatis here. Don't do it. The water here is not good. No. Anyway, we're gonna go in here. This should be good. I got a coffee horchata. I've never seen a coffee horchata before.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. But is it? It is. Mystery solved. All right, so it came out. It's wrapped. It's got various spices and stuff. I'm gonna unwrap it here. That is a fry bread. It's like a gigantic bread-based taco. Look at it, it's huge.
It's more like a gyro.
Yeah, a gyro. Gyro. If we want to be fancy bitches, yeah. Yeah. Greek, sir.
No, if you want to mispronounce.
Yes. All right. Thoughts?
I like the concept. It's basically just a giant chalupa, but unfortunately, the execution, especially with the carnitas, they were overcooked and just really hard.
Yeah, I'm 100% with him in that agreement. Like, I actually liked it, but the way they did the pork, it was weird where the beans and all the vegetation was preferable over the meat, because the meat was like a crunchy ball of pork. I'm like, if this is how it's supposed to be, that part seemed wrong.
Yeah.
But as a concept, like, every other part of it was fantastic.
Yeah, well, the beans it was real refried beans, so like there were whole beans. It wasn't just like that goo you get at most restaurants.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and you think about it though, like, and you said it best, like, this is basically ancient Mexican, effectively. It's true. It's good. There's a reason that fry bread only seems to be known in this part of the country, but I have heard about it multiple times, but only out here. I would say definitely check it out. It's a thing you can find. This is just one of the locations. There's many that do it, but that was really cool to actually experience that, though. Good morning. It is day 2 here in Phoenix, Arizona, and there is a tram deal going on, and apparently a wedding photo shoot. Lots of stuff going on all at once here. Okay, so it's food time. Now, you might be wondering, where is Sunshine? He's back up in the hotel. I don't know. I don't think he slept very well, so he was still sleeping, which was a little shocking because he's still on East Coast time, so I would have expected him to be up hours ago, but nope. He's out like a light, so whatever, let him sleep. We're gonna go get some food. It's 7 a.m., not a whole lot open at the moment, but there's one place that came up that looked kind of interesting that I haven't been to, because a lot of the places that came up were places I took you guys to a few years ago. I don't want to do that. Let's go to something different. I like these very, what I can only call Arizona-style lamps. That's cool. We are going here to the Biergarten Dog House here. Apparently this place is 24 hours. And they do apparently breakfast burritos, which is what caught my attention. Looks like a heart attack. Let's do it.
All right, so I think I'm doing this, the house burrito. 3 sunny side up eggs, smoked bacon, white American cheese, crispy tater tots, caramelized onions, and spicy mayo.
So I'm watching TV, and apparently I didn't think of this. It's Pi Day, March 14th, so 3.14. That's why the United Club had pie yesterday. That's why. It has to be. All right, I just left the Biergarten. Okay. That might have been the best breakfast burrito I've ever had, which I did not have that on my bingo card. It was just cooked perfectly. The tater tots were just glorious. Like, everything about it was no complaints. The place was really nice too, but it was, so Phoenix is kind of known for having crazy homeless people. I think it has something to do with the excess heat. But anyway, so some dude came in and more or less demanded that she give him a bunch of food because he was homeless. And she had to be like, I need you to leave. He started trying to steal cookies and stuff, and she prevented that. But then security had to go get him, and it was like, Phoenix. he tried to get me to buy him a meal too. I'm like, after he still tried to steal cookies. It's like derangement. I'm enjoying the view. Phoenix doesn't have much of a skyline, but the weather right now, perfect. It's like a breezy, like 20 Celsius. However, I know, because this is the desert, it is going to get up to like 31, 32 Celsius later, but I'll be inside the convention center. It is a little past 8. The show starts at 11. We are inside anyway. How was the extra sleep?
It was actually very good. Still on the floor, but yeah, I need it.
Okay, so we just noticed this. Atari has hotels now. The flagship one is coming down here to Phoenix, and you said it best.
If Atari and Sega have love hotels, why not Atari?
It doesn't say Love Hotel. You're jumping to conclusions.
It's a love hotel.
It's Love Hotel. I love Pac-Man a lot. Mrs. Pac-Man in particular. John sitting here playing the most phallic controller ever made.
Notice how I'm gently teasing it. Like I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, until it busts its banana load. Yeah.
Not quite.
Well, thank you for waking us all up here, John.
I do much better with the GameCube controller, but this will work too, I guess.
Yeah, sure. So over here they have the section with the real guests, not just us YouTubers. Like they got Tyler, who played Superman, and obviously a lot of Final Fantasy voice actors. And on the other side you have Star Wars voice actors, and just obviously none of them are out here right now. But this is another thing that GameOn does, is that it mixes a lot of this type of talent with the YouTube and gaming talent, which is pretty cool. Last year they actually had Tony Hawk. Unfortunately, I wasn't here for that. That would have been really cool. But I'm sure you guys see some familiar faces. For anyone who ever watches our game hunting videos in Japan, you'll know that this is the rarest game you always see all the time. Again, 3 copies right here. That's pretty cool. An executive decision has been made 2 times in a row. Last time I was at this con, we ended up moving the table. Guess what's happening now? Moving the table, right? We're mute. There's mutiny. All the guests are leaving this area and going with the other guests. We belong with the real guests. Okay, we're not second fiddle. We are, but we don't have to be. Ish. We will rise up and demand our free table be in a different free area.
Destroy the reign of the
The reign of the washed up celebrities. We will join you with washed up YouTubers. Table is moved. If you guys don't know this, I'm double jointed, so I'm able to hold the table backwards while walking, and you see a lot of people staring at you because it's not normally human body represent. Booths are moved. John's over here now. I'm over here now. We're getting the Pluto and all this stuff set up. And we're with, we got the Resident Evil actors, and we've got Mortal Kombat actors, or as we noticed coming over here, Mortal Kombat, which is the Hong Kong version, I'm assuming. Yeah. And of course, my boy Tim Kitzrow over here in his section. And I'm sure you know all these people from playing video games at some point in your life. The new setup is now complete. We have a PVM set up so people can play anime trash. What did they pick? What did he pick?
So it's
the game is good. I just don't like seeing anime. It just hurts my feelings or something. But yeah, the con's about to open completely in 2 minutes, and it is packed, absolutely packed out there. I'm about to ruin a 3DS. Jack, why? Why would you? Yeah, but at least it's just the plastic exterior. All right, here we go. See, this is what he gets punished with. If he can ever read this, if the camera can ever focus on it, yeah. John is going to sign it too. I said, to Jack, keep dreaming. My handwriting sucks. And then I signed it. Then I signed it again and said, this is my signature. I told you it sucks.
The keep dreaming makes me happy because I know you're the biggest
Yeah, that's why I put that out there for you. Whereas I want to see what Briggs does.
You do still own the complete set of Dreamcast, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you never
Here's my signature. It's just literally me paying the rent. Then I also do this thing, which is the I love you hand sign.
Is that what that is?
It is.
I thought that was the Laser Active logo.
It should. I'm not against laser active either. But
Yeah, I hope not. Oh, it's been many hours. Lots of chaos. Lots of people just around, as you can see. Sorry for the disorienting footage. They have us we're next to the Resident Evil actors now. They're pretty cool, by the way. And it's just been busy. I decided to do a quick walk around. It's busy. Now I'm being summoned back. Thank you, James, for holding that. Yeah, why? I don't know. So I've got the Sega Pluto here, and I took it over to my to James Rolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd, because we're buddies-ish. And I just asked him if I could take a quick photo, get some footage of him, holding it, and he was all for it. But I think he was a little confused by the mission assignment, so I don't have footage of this. But he grabbed a Sharpie and he was about to sign it. I was like, no, don't do that. Unreleased prototype, don't do that. We got Joe here, and he's brought a bunch of Shenmue stuff for me to ruin. I'm happy to do it. Let's see. I'm going to try and do one-handed. My handwriting's already terrible enough as it is, but we can make this worse. To Joe. And I'm just going to put my name because it's too difficult. There we go. Oh, that's actually kind of legible.
I was going to say, that's better than your
That's better than when I actually balance correctly. Maybe there's a strat there. Con is over for the day. Well, technically it keeps going, but we don't have to be here. We want to be, but we also need sustenance. You might have noticed it's been a minute since food. So what are we going to do? Have we decided?
Peruvian, I think.
Peruvian food. Let's go. All right, fast forward. It's dinner time. So we are at El Chuyo. What is El Chuyo?
I have no idea, but it's a Peruvian restaurant.
Well, that would be the correct answer. So whatever.
Well, what does Chuyo stand for? I don't know.
I just meant what was the place we were at, but yes, that's true. Anyway, whatever. We're gonna go inside. I've had Peruvian. I think we did have it once, didn't we?
I think at DC, yeah.
Yeah, years ago. North Carolina, oddly enough, the place in the U.S. best known for Peruvian food. But yeah, I don't know. It came up highly recommended, and it wasn't Mexican food, which is normally what's recommended here. But we've had plenty of Mexican dishes in our town. Let's get something different. So we got a soda. This is called Inca Cola. This actually is a Peruvian drink. And shout out to Joseph, the Hard Op Destroyer, who apparently really likes this stuff, and he doesn't get access to it. So suck it, Joseph.
I'm like the Tony Stark of Japan, and Adam just doesn't understand that. Like, he doesn't understand cool because he's not cool.
It's yellow. I did not have that on my bingo card for a cola. Although, to be fair, it does say the golden cola. I should have noticed that. So we think we figured out what it tastes like.
Yeah, so in Japan, there's this weird soda that's like melon ice cream sundae flavored. It's kind of like that crossed with a ginger ale.
Yeah, I'm inclined to completely agree. Food has arrived. I got some sort of pasta with like beef and other stuff in it. It was highly recommended by the people who had been sitting right to the right of us. And you got what?
I got the normal stuff. So, cannoli beef, fries.
All right, and rice. So enjoy. Will, thoughts?
I really liked it. The lomo saltado, like the fries came up with the gravy. It was kind of like poutine.
It's true. Like, while we were sitting there, he goes, "We need to go to Montreal," like, because poutine. But yeah, this was fantastic. I mean, who knew Peruvian food in Phoenix? It was like the spaghetti-ish thing. It was like a cheesy pasta type of deal is what I got, and the meat was cooked to perfection. The onions, the sauce, like, it was just very good. Mix it all together. It was wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. If I lived out here, I'd be coming here on the regular. I can tell you that. Good morning. Day 3 here in Phoenix, Arizona for GameOn. As I walk in the middle of the street, there's nothing happening right now. Okay, so Sunshine's asleep. I'm still all messed up from a combination of Paris, Hong Kong, Vietnam, so my body has no idea what time it is. So I keep waking up at random times. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm hungry. I've been up enough hours now for that to be justified. But given the early hour, don't let the light conditions fool you. The only thing really available to me that is certainly open and worth my effort is Doghouse Biergarten, the same exact place I went to yesterday for one of the best breakfast burritos, if not the best one I ever had. So guess what I'm doing? Phoenix is such an odd city, man. Like, I was no expert on the history of this city, but we did a little bit of research because we're like, what would motivate the human race to build a city in an inhospitable desert with no water sources? And effectively, it was like the 1860s. Some guy thought with enough effort, all this land could be made usable. And so they essentially just built a camp. But it wasn't really until like World War II where they saw, the ability to move more people out here with modernizing technology, and eventually the advent of the air conditioner that it was really worth it, which is why Phoenix is a relatively new city, all things considered. It's one of the weird ones where usually the state capitals are like not particularly interesting or the major city of a given state, but in Arizona, it is indeed both the state capital and its major city. It also passes what I would call the real city test. My definition of a real city, at least within the context of the United States, is do you have at least one professional sports team? And the reasoning there is if you have at least one professional sports team, you have enough of a population to be significant. However, admittedly, there are some flaws in that because it means things like Green Bay, Wisconsin rank where I think Austin, Texas does not. Even though, well, actually, I think Austin, Texas has a Major League Soccer team now. But like I said, imperfect metric. I thought of a better example of a glitch. Okay, so Honolulu, Hawaii, Anchorage, Alaska, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Obviously, they're all non-continental. But the point is, while I do think that metric has basic validity, there are flaws. I admit that. And if you're like, well, like Madison, Wisconsin, we have the Badgers. They're not professional. That's all college stuff. But what does it matter? It's just one fat guy's opinion. Wandering back over to the hotel, get myself together to go over to the con. Other funny thing about Phoenix in general, at least from the perspective of myself, because I'm from Chicago, is Phoenix is often referred to as Chicago South, primarily because so many, like a lot of East Coast retirees, snowbirds, elderly, they'll move to Florida. On the West Coast, a lot of them end up either in like Southern California or Hawaii, but a lot of Midwest, particularly Chicago, end up in Phoenix, where they enjoy the winter here because it's much warmer but also tolerable, and then they'll often leave for the summer because it's intolerably hot here because it's a genuine desert. The human race was not meant to exist here, but as a result, as a Chicago native, it's kind of fun because anytime you mention you're from Chicago, they're like, well, yeah, of course, but what part? Because like every other person in Phoenix is from Chicago, to the point where if you come down here, you'll find that a lot of Chicago chains, like specifically like pizza chains and whatever, a lot of them have locations here where they don't have them any other part of the country except Chicago and Phoenix. It's just kind of funny. However, I will argue that the Phoenix versions or the Phoenician versions of Chicago chains here, not very good. And the reason is the water supply is obviously different. We have Lake Michigan, they have groundwater with a ton, not real groundwater, tons of pipe moved water. So it's full of all sorts of nasty, like tap water here is pretty bad. But that's what they're putting into the pizza and stuff like that. So, all right, let's do a little walk around here. T-shirts and so on and so forth. Yeah, obviously the con has not started for the day, so everybody's got coverings on everything, but it's peaceful. And then you can kind of get a lay of the land, and if you spot anything like let's say there's something in here I really wanted, I know it's here, and then I can come back when stuff opens, which that part is nice. Oh, that's really cool samurai Darth Vader art. I like that. And they got Godzilla stuff. I'm a big Goji fan. That's cool. Anyway, yeah, so stuff, there will always be stuff that catches your eye. And by the same token, there will always be stuff that burns into your retina and you go, oh God, why?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
I've got a case full of nonsense right here.
We do love nonsense over here.
So
basically, here's the thing. When the Sega Genesis Mini was released in North America, they did this like add-on for a 32X Sega CD. They sent it to influencers. Even I didn't get one of these. Sega sent me the unit, but they didn't send me this like bonus tower of power. And they were supposed to do some sort of contest with them to give away these. They ended up not doing it. So not for resale. So only a handful of these got out. You, my friend, ended up with a bunch of them. Congratulations, you're a hero to all of us weirdos who like prototypes and stuff.
I mean, the word hero gets thrown around, but I think
not all heroes wear capes, but they do wear hoodies. But they released this mass in Japan, but the American version of this, extremely, literally this is the first time I've ever seen it, other than some of my influencer buddies who actually did end up with one. All right, so you also have this Hulk Hogan thing. Would you mind kind of telling me what the deal with this is?
It's right here.
Yeah? Nice pose. That's good.
You like that? So I got this also from somebody who worked with Sega in 2014. Hulk Hogan took over Crazy Taxi for a skin for City Rush. He became a character in it for Hulkmania. Here's his character design, and he signed it.
That's really
right
cool.
there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then my understanding is this is an actual taxi topper, but it wasn't used on taxis. It wasn't like advertising. What my understanding is, it traveled around with Hulk Hogan at promotions. So I'm pretty sure this is a one-of-one that was rescued from the dustbin of history by somebody who worked with Sega, and it came into my house. So,
as someone who travels around with an obscure Sega prototype, I very much appreciate your efforts over here. Thank you very much for your work.
Retro games forever.
Yeah. All right, boys. Thank you very much for your help. All right, con's going on, but no longer for this one.
Yep, I filled up my bag too much, so I gotta head out.
Look at this thing. He bought weird sealed Amiga hardware. Only you, man. Meanwhile, I got spoilers. I got one of these. You go away. So there's a movie coming out about these guys hunting for Super Nintendo games for medical research, and they're just interviewing people, and they just did an interview with me. So I'm gonna be in yet another random video game documentary movie. All right, it's getting to that point where I gotta go to the airport soon, so I gotta start doing the rounds. There's John. I can see him later. Whatever. I'll say bye to John later. It's fine. He's busy. Who else can I say goodbye to? All right, I am now back at PHX Airport, which is an American Airlines hub. Fortunately, does, as you know, a United Club. Today is insane. Apparently, there's a ton of snow coming in from the north, tornadoes all over the south. So my flight was first delayed, then it was made early, then it was delayed again, now it's made early again, and a ton of people are stuck on standby and stuff. So I'll get home, but God knows when. All right, I'm gonna head up to security and see if we can get out of here anytime soon. Just for the record, this was an oddly confusing situation because multiple flights are both brought forward and delayed. So I'm out on a flight tonight, but they threw me onto a flight that's earlier. So I'm technically on both. It's just a matter of which one I physically get on. It's very, very weird. This is a new situation for me. Security, oddly very easy considering the TSA is having a bit of a shutdown at the moment, but it's not that many people here, so all good there. By mistake, I still had two Starbucks espresso shots in my bag, which I realized right before I went through, so I had to shotgun both of them, or, you know, throw one away. I wasn't going to do that, so now I'm just going to be flying. There's the United Club, though I was told to go straight to the gate, because I guess they're going to be boarding soon. Assuming this particular flight I end up on. So this is the first. That flight's going to Chicago, that flight's going to Chicago, and that flight's going to Chicago all at the same time. Told you today's messed up. This is me though, right here in the middle. Well, I'm still in Phoenix. So basically what happens, the reason all three of those flights were together is because the weather in Chicago is terrible right now. So they kept holding them, and then they thought they could get them out. They couldn't get any of them out. So everybody's canceled until tomorrow. So I just rebooked. They put me on another flight tomorrow. So yay, an extra night in Phoenix. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm doing now. So a thought occurs. I fly a lot, you know. I have a calendar my mother made that I found after she died that actually marked down that on like the third day of my existence, I flew. And in all that time, all the way up till now, I've never been in this situation. I've never been on a flight that was ready to go and then it was brought back and then ultimately canceled and we're told just try tomorrow. That's new. I've never been in that. That's weird. So because it's weather related, annoyingly, airlines are not responsible for weather related issues. It's just they'll get you a new flight, but that's about it. And since Phoenix is not a hub for United anyway, my only option's tomorrow, which is fine. My boy Patrick, who you maybe saw in part of this video, he wasn't in much of it, is going to come out and get me. He lives here. He's going to be crashed this place. So Patrick's a real hero. All right, the real MVP has returned. Yeah, he came and got me. So sounds like we're going to get dinner. We're going to get
some hot pot, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, hot pot sounds good. In preparation for his trip to Japan, which hot pot is not really associated with. But we should go to some place that's associated with chopsticks so you can work on that.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm good with chopsticks. I usually get Asian food, so I should get on that.
All right, never mind that.
I got it all sorted.
We'll see what we come up with.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, this is a hero.
not all heroes wear capes. Some of them have beards.
And Jujutsu Kaisen shirts all that are way too big.
Is that anime?
Yeah.
I take away your hero status.
There
But
we go.
that's all right.
That's okay. Anime is a curse.
Yes.
It's a curse.
All right, it is time. We are getting barbecue and hot pot. That is, I think, actually the name of this place. I cannot remember the last time I had hot pot. This is gonna be good. So, there's a little bit of a buffet for desserts and things, but basically the idea here is you grab ingredients. There's vegetation, there's various noodles, there's proteins of all kinds. We got various meats and things, but also sauces and vegetables. And then you get your own plate together, which is here's what I got. And then we're gonna dump it in our beef broth soup. All right, I've thrown in my ingredients along with some, we ordered some beef and things. And you guys got some green stuff. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, I'm gonna let this cook for a bit. As is tradition, we've received more meat. We're meat sweats time, dude. Oh, sweet meat. Oh, I'm full. The meat sweats. This is like Japan all over again. It's like you're so full you feel drunk. It's weird. You know, they know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it was very good. Come out here, check this out, and have more meat sweats in your life, everybody. Good morning. Unintentional accidental day 4 here in Phoenix, Arizona. I am now back at PHX. Let's hope that we have slightly more luck than we did yesterday. Huge shout out to Patrick, though. He went above and beyond, did not have to do that. Seriously, dude, thank you. All right, there was no point in showing you security and all that stuff, but ironically, now we can actually use the club lounge. Yeah, it's a little early for ice cream, but they basically have these machines and you take flavors and then you put it in there, and there you have gelato. Okay, I'm officially back in Chicago, and the flight gods were odd. We experienced so I boarded, no problem. Once I got on the plane, you know, sometimes, well, they let elderly people on first. I had just boarded because I was in group 1, and the woman in front of me blacked out. Like, just collapsed, became totally non-responsive, and we had an emergency. Like, I ran over to get the crew, and it was like medical emergency deal. They delayed for like an hour because they had to go get paramedics and like deal with it. She was fine. Ultimately, she was fine, and she was just more embarrassed than anything else. But yeah, no, ultimately all good. The most important thing is we all got here safely, including her. So yeah, props to United because they really put in the A game there. Anyway, now that I'm home, I'm going to hit up the club lounge, get some lunch, and then go off and just relax. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Huge shout out to everyone at GameOn, especially John Lester, who ran it. I didn't even think you guys got to see him. It's a con. The guys running it are very busy. Obviously, huge shout out to Patrick, Sunshine, and everybody else. So thank you guys for watching. Do me a favor, please like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before. Check out all the social media stuff in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, Spreadshirt, etc. Thank you so much. I'll see you all later.